Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a vlog where I kind of just talk about my life currently, all the updates, how my businesses are doing, and then also I take you guys along to some gigs with me. Hey guys, alright, so I am getting ready for my first gig of the night, which is Haunted Castle, and I wanted to just chat and catch up with you guys because I feel like there's been so much updates on my life since the last time I vlogged. So I'll be chatting while getting ready today. Also, I guess before I get into all the updates on my life and stuff like that, I just want to let you guys know what's gonna be going on in this vlog. So today is Saturday and I'm just gonna be filming obviously me getting ready, but also my work day. So I have 2 gigs booked today. One is with one of our restaurant residencies called Haunted Castle, which is a year-round spooky themed restaurant. And I'm gonna be performing LED wing flow dancing there. And then I'm gonna be working after hours as well at one of our after hours residencies called Mr.Luxx from 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. So and then Haunted Castle is from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. So I have kind of a big gap in between both venues, but yeah, it's gonna be a long day, even though both of my gigs are really short. And both of these gigs are with my entertainment agency team, Dollhouse. They are both some of our weekly residencies that we have, so we have weekly entertainment there. So the past few days I've been watching some of my old YouTube videos, and honestly it's been a vibe. I personally love watching my old videos. It makes me happy for all the things I've gotten to experience and all the memories and stuff. And then it also made me realize dang, I really haven't vlogged in a while, and it just made me miss vlogging and doing YouTube consistently and stuff. So here I am trying to get back on it. I was watching I guess my most recent vlog, and I was just so I couldn't believe how far I've come now compared to that vlog, because I had just started some of my businesses, my entertainment agency Team Dollhouse and my studio Dollhouse Fitness. So I was in my very baby phase of creating those businesses. And guys, if I'm being so honest, it was such a difficult path to when I started to where I am now. I think I was just so much in my head, and it was such a huge change from going to having consistent money from gigs and quote unquote being comfortable to owning a business and not making as much money, putting in so much work and effort to create something. It was definitely a challenge and a huge change for me. So yeah, I think one of the things that I struggled with the most is that I went from being a independent baddie, bad bitch, being able to afford to take care of myself on my own, and then going to being married and having someone support me so heavily. I just, God, I can't even explain it because I don't want to sound ungrateful, because I'm obviously so grateful and I feel so spoiled to have someone take care of me. But I felt some of my power was taken away, and it's not to say that he took my power away or anything like that. It was just something within myself. I didn't feel like a baddie anymore. I didn't feel powerful because I went from making so much money, just feeling my best, to doubting myself, going through all these tough emotions when you go through big changes, especially when it comes to starting your own businesses. I wanted to be like super authentic and transparent in this video and like letting y'all know like my journey this, I guess, like past year, 2 years. And so like some of the emotions I was going through during that time period was like imposter syndrome, like super huge imposter syndrome for wanting to start these businesses, especially like businesses where the market is kind of like already oversaturated here in Dallas. I also got stuck like always comparing myself, always putting myself down, especially because I wasn't making like a lot of money. If anything, I was probably like losing money when I first started my businesses because, you know, I was putting money into building my business, but I wasn't getting a lot of bookings yet or a lot of like, you know, work. So yeah, that really bummed me out. And low-key, I feel like, you know, everyone defines success differently. And for me, I feel like success was heavily tied to like how much I was making, how much I was booking. And I don't know if that's like the healthiest. I feel like a lot of people admire me because of my ambition and my drive and stuff and perfectionism. But sometimes I'm like, oh, it can be bad when you like get in your head about it and you put yourself down and stuff. So I feel like I was in that phase for like a year. And honestly, it just sent me down like I would literally get depressed. I would get depressed because I felt like, oh my God, did I make a mistake like doing this? I had my life, my gigs. I was comfortable. I was making enough money. I was like happy with where I was, but I knew that I always wanted more. And so I honestly like for a while I started thinking like, damn, did I make a mistake? And I also felt like if I did make a mistake, it's too late to back out now because I'm not a quitter. I'm super stubborn, and like once I start something or say I'm gonna do something, like for me it would have been so embarrassing to quit and like a huge disappointment to myself. So I felt like I would have felt even worse if I were to quit, you know? So yeah, I was going through all these like really negative emotions. The imposter syndrome was hitting heavily because I had this like voice in the back of my head, like if you didn't have your husband financially supporting you, like you would be a failure technically, like you wouldn't even be able to do your businesses. And I think I was just like, I was viewing everything more negative than what it should have been, because instead of seeing that as like a negative thing, I should have been like, wow, what the heck, I'm so blessed to be in this position where I kind of have an advantage here in the business world, like where I don't have to worry about paying bills and other financial burdens. I can put all of my creative energy into my businesses. And instead, I saw it as a negative thing. What? So recently, I've been in a much better place in like all aspects, like physically, mentally, you know, all areas of my life, business-wise, financially. And I'm so thankful. But like I really had to reframe my thinking and my mindset to like, I don't know, just like don't go to a negative space. Like I'd be lying if I say that I still don't struggle with those feelings, because I still don't 100% feel like super duper successful. Like I'm still not making as much money as I used to. However, I do feel like a lot happier now and less stressed, and just like good about what I'm doing. I do feel super grateful for being able to be in a position where I can just fully create and build something, honestly. And I'm like, I'm so excited about that. I feel like honestly the most motivated right now than I have my entire like since I started my businesses. So like where I'm at currently with both of my businesses, with Team Dollhouse, now we have 3 residencies. We have 2 nightlife after hours residencies and 1 restaurant residency, which residencies are great because it's a consistent every week, every month, guaranteed thing. And it's kind of like on autopilot, which I love, because it kind of feels like, what's that word? Passive income. Because, you know, it's like on autopilot. And then aside from that, I feel like we have been booking like just more consistent gigs in general outside of our residencies, which is great. And I just feel like in a creative, inspired place at the moment where I just keep brainstorming like new props, new acts, new costumes, and I'm just like so excited to create. And it's like, damn, now I'm like reminded of like why I started this, why I wanted to do this, you know? And then for Dollhouse Fitness, my studio, I've been building up my clientele for private bookings. That's been going great. And I've also recently started hosting more like small group classes. Like we had a small group Gogo class last week and it was amazing. We had a great turnout. It ended up being sold out. It was so beautiful seeing like a bunch of different Gogo dancers come out and come together, dance together outside of like gigs. And I felt like, to me, that felt like community. Like a group of us even went out afterwards, and I'm just so excited to continue building like cool niche classes that isn't really seen a lot in Dallas. Like there's like no Gogo classes in Dallas that I know of anyways at the moment, so I feel like I'm the first to offer that. Aside from all that, everything else is pretty good. What's new? Me and my husband are finally going on our honeymoon next week. We're gonna go to Lake Tahoe, and I will be vlogging that as well because I love doing travel vlogs. By the way, I'm doing a smoky eye look for both Haunted Castle and Mr.Luxx. Since I have such a big window in between the two, I usually take a nap before Mr.Luxx since it's after hours and I'll be working really late, you know. But I'm gonna have a full face of makeup, and I'm just like, does that mean I have to take my makeup off and redo it? Because if it does, I'm too lazy and I might just stay up. So I'm debating right now if I'm like, do I need a nap? I slept really late today. I don't know why. I've been like sleeping in a lot this past week, and it's like a habit that I want to get out of. I feel like I've just been yapping and yapping away. I'm actually really interested to see if there's anyone watching right now that has been like watching since the early days, because I don't know how long I've had my channel now. Gosh, I really don't know. Maybe like 4 years, 5 years. But we're about to hit 4,000 subscribers, which I'm so freaking happy about. Like, I literally think I'm like 10 people away from hitting that, by the way. So hopefully by the time I put this video out, we'll be at 4,000. But anyways, if you guys are like one of my OGs who have been watching for a while, comment down below. I miss hearing from y'all. I feel like y'all are so quiet now on my videos. And I want to hear from y'all. I love hearing from y'all. And I want to know like how it's been to see my journey as well. Because like I said, I was watching my old vlogs and oh my gosh, it feels so surreal, you know, like watching yourself grow over the years and whatnot. Anyways, I'm gonna finish up doing my makeup here, and I'll come back whenever I'm trying on the outfits for Haunted Castle. Okay guys, so this is what the vibes are looking like. So these are actually 2 different headbands. This is the black skull one I showed y'all earlier, and then I had this silver sparkly one, which I feel like just kind of like makes the whole look come together since this is really sparkly. And then I have silver sparkly shoes on as well. So I do feel like this is a little bit more glamorous than spooky. Hopefully the little skulls can make up for it. I don't know. What do you guys think? It took me forever to get in this bodysuit, and then I realized I have, you know, they're fully gloved. I still have to put my contacts on. So I'm gonna wrestle this bodysuit off and back on again. Hey guys, so I just finished my shift at the Haunted Castle. What I do here is I kind of just roam around and I'm atmosphere with my LED wings. These wings, they're basically giant wings that light up, and I kind of just float around the restaurant with them, take pictures with people, talk to people, just be like the life of the party. I'm only here for an hour today, so it went by super fast. It was a really great shift. Yeah, now I'm getting ready to head out. had to pull up to Wendy's. I was craving a burger and a Frosty, so here I am. Probably not the best thing to eat like on a gig day, but it is what it is. So work went well. It was Labor Day weekend, so it was pretty busy in there. Vibes were good. I always have fun dancing, or at least I always try to, you know, because the late hours, just crowdedness. If you're not like in a positive mindset doing it, it can like get to you, and it's really intimidating also to dance in front of like so many people. Literally, like so many people were just staring at me, so I try not to hyper fixate on like what are people thinking like when they're looking at me, and I just enjoy myself, honestly. But I got a lot of people like smiling at me tonight and like positive interactions and stuff. One thing I don't like about this venue is that we don't really make that much tips there as dancers, but there's constantly money being thrown in the club to where they literally have sweepers work there to sweep up like money. But like everyone always just makes it rain at the cocktail waitresses, and I don't know why that like they don't, you know, they never tip us really. We don't get as much love, and I don't know why. I think we look hot, we dance our asses off, and I really like, I'm trying to really understand that. And every time I work, I'm like, okay, tonight's the night that I'm gonna get rained on and make tips. Because if you guys have watched my past vlogs, Gogo vlogs, like I used to make a lot of tips, and honestly that was like how I would make a living. And so not only this venue, but at like other venues that I work at outside of my own company, I feel like it's the same way. Like we don't really get tips, and it's so weird, and I hope that that's not the new like norm for Go-Go's. And if it is, then I feel like we're gonna have to raise our rates, or put booking minimums just to make it a little more worth our while, especially like for after hours venues. For example, this venue only books us for an hour and a half. The hourly rate is really good, but even at a good rate for just like a very short amount of time, like sometimes I feel like it's rough. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you want to see more vlogs like this, please comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm always posting stuff about my life as an entertainer and all things entertainment related. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah.